EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you've got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on him. A fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these two franchises struggled. But now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely, because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their rosters. But one of the most defining moments of this rivalry to me wasn't even in a Browns-Bengals game. It was a Seahawks-Bengals game. But head coach Sam White addressed the crowd and emphasized the Cincinnati.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a first down throw for Newton. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, and it's 3rd and short. Here's Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Off Play action. Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. To throw is Newton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw again on second down. Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And Burrow going to throw again. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Mixon again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
Here we go.
But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to get.
There he goes, left side. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or rang the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
To throw again on second down, Newton. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They fake the give. Newton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Newton. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton, this ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. 36 yards on the play.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And oh, what a catch that time by Landry. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing again on second down. Newton.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Newton. And he comes back with one complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On first down, Newton. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Burrow looking to pass. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Mixon with a first down carry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, worthy adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball. Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Greg Newsome.
And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. It was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Burrow. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Trying to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
110 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. A give. This is Chubb. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Flush to his, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 31, Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run on 1st down. Nixon, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by the rookie, Greg Newsome.
And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Newton. Drops it off for Chubb. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Newton on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Burrow on play action. Dumps it off to Mixon. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
Still 15 yards to go, second down.
Back to throw again. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Throwing, Burrow.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Here's a run with Mixon. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's got Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Newton. Again, he's got that man Landry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Newton.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? making the comeback, and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Cincinnati, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week.